Okay, so now we're going to look at doing some merging operations. Let me just change the band combo here real quick. Okay, cool. So here we have a fairly large, we have an extent, and let's say we wanted to merge this with like another extent. So first thing I'm going to do is make another extent. So I'm going to go into this Zurich feature thing that I made before, create. I'm going to click on this circle. I'm going to move it up to here and enter. Okay, so I moved it. I'm going to hit save. Yes. And now I'm going to go into my clip tool again, which we used in an earlier video. Do clip, raster. Again, clip is for vectors. And then we'll grab this tool from data management. And I'm going to input the original image. And our extent is going to be that new circle there. Did I save it? Yep, I did. Okay. And then we want to grab our original image. Oops, sorry. Grab our mask. And we'll just leave it that. So we should just do I believe, the rectangular extent. So I'm going to call this Zurich clip 3.img. And run. Okay, cool. So now we have this other rectangular extent. Again, it didn't clip it down or mask it to the circle because I didn't click on this use input features for clipping geometry option. All right, so I'm going to turn this off. I'm just going to, just for the heck of it, change the display here back to the other one. They look different because, you know, the stretch is a little different. Okay, cool. So now let's say we wanted to like hook these together to create a single image now. So to do that in Arc, you'd want to do Mosaic to new raster. So Mosaic to new raster. So basically give it a list of rasters here. So we're just going to give it our Zurich 3 and our original Zurich clip. You have to name output, so I'm just going to call this, call it Zurich merge.tiff, or we'll use image. Oops. Oh, sorry, I have to give it the folder, not the name. So click on the folder there, and then give it the name. So Zurich merge.image. The spatial reference, we'll just use the map, which they should all be the same. Whatever the output should be, whatever the inputs are, which I'm not sure. So let's look and see. So I think they're 16-bit, but we'll just make sure. 16-bit unsigned short. So we're going to change this to 16-bit unsigned. The cell size will be 10. The number of bands is also 10. And the mosaic operator has to do with how it's going to deal with overlap. So is it going to take the first value in the overlapping areas, the last, blend them in some way, which is basically like a weighted average, take the mean, the maximum, the sum. I'm just going to do mean. These should be roughly the same pixel value since it came from the same input image. But it might have changed slightly because of like resampling or something. And then you can also apply a color map. We'll just leave it at first. Okay, cool. So that should run. So let's hit run. Okay, cool. So now just turn everything off. Other than that, we can see we have this image has now been merged back into a single image that has the pixel values in both extents. Let's change the band combination. And since they came from the original image, you really can't tell that they're like seamed together because effectively we broke them apart and then added them back together, right? So they're not actually separate images, really. Okay, so there's an image. Now, just to show you real quick, all rasters have to be rectangular, right? So if we go into symbology here, and let's see here, the no data is currently transparent, so let's make it, I don't know, let's make it like a gray color. So you can see that, okay, so over here you can see that those cells actually do exist, right? They're just coded the no data, which by default is transparent, right? And that would, the same thing would be true for our, let me see here, looking for, now let's find Zurich clip 3. So if we, actually I'm not 100% sure if it maintains the extent of the input or not. I'm just curious. So let's, actually I guess let's do it with clip 2, which looks like I removed. So let me add that back in. So Zurich clip 2, this is the one that was a circle down here. So if we would do the same thing with it, mask, no data, let's make it like red. Again, you can see that there are some null values there. Okay, so that's an example of merging image data together, mosaicing image data using the Mosaic to do raster tool.